i.e. Blueface, i.e. Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy hasn't sold well, he does put out music, I will say that, but he's not in the limelight of his career. We could be honest with that. Also, he's a extreme veteran. He's been in this shit for a long time. So, what is Soulja Boy's business model? By the way, have y'all got y'all Soulja consoles? Have y'all got y'all Soulja vapes? Have y'all got y'all Soulja Air Force Ones or your Soulja Ones? Soulja Boy has been upselling. He came from music, of course, but he's been selling attention because he's a guy who uses his celebrity and fame now to just sell products. Why am I saying that? Because his main source of income isn't selling new music. He has old music that does okay. This doesn't apply to Soulja Boy. Likewise with Blueface. Blueface has came out and has been shooting a reality show with some bitches for the last 6 weeks. He's kind of shown us that he wants to either manage some girls, maybe on some social media front. He wants 101 Dalmatians. His primary thing isn't to sell music. So, of course, it also doesn't apply to him. Yes, you need to court attention if you're any type of person who you're not just selling music, which means like you're Blueface gave up on that a long time ago. When he allowed Christian Rock to hit him in the head with a Henny bottle and vacuum it out on TV just for ratings, that was never going to be something that was going to be conducive to musically how his career would benefit from. So the people you're going to see responded to me are exactly the people I'm not talking to, because they're selling mostly attention rather than music. I'm speaking to music first artists whose idea of being on a stream is to sell music. Which means if you're selling music, you probably also need to package it with the image. You need to have a few things in order. And I don't think the majority of artists do themselves any favor by doing these streams. There's other exceptions, right? And it falls in the same reason why I said Soulja and Blueface are exception. For example, those 4 dudes that do the podcast, what is it? Fabulous in his group. They're not, first of all, they're already veterans, but they're not primarily pushing out music as their main thing currently. They're doing a podcast. They're selling attention. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not saying they shouldn't do it. Right? It fits with what they're doing. Who else? DDG. DDG is probably the only real exception, because DDG, as he does put out new music, DDG is synonymous with the content space. The content came way before the music. So he's the one of one. Okay? Okay. So now let me get to the response that I have from these guys. And let's get into it, y'all. Who do you want me to start with first? You want me to start with Blueface, who he responded to me, or should I start with El Draco, Big Draco? Who y'all want me to start with? Who? No, I wasn't talking about Drake. Blueface? Okay. We'll start with Blueface. By the way, I never mentioned any names. I never addressed them. However, Blueface did make a Twitch account, and he's been streaming, so he felt I was taking shots at him. As I said, a hit dog will holler. Blueface Akademiks. Let's listen to his response to me. Check this out. Here we go.
If you're an aspiring artist, do not listen to nothing Akademiks says, bro. Don't take his advice. Don't, because Akademiks is like, you feel me? One year he gonna be saying this, next year he gonna be saying that, and if you take his advice, you ain't gonna make it nowhere. You feel me? You gotta stay, where you headed to. So it's like, if Akademiks is like, one day he gay, one day he lesbian, you feel me? Then one day he pansexual, then one day he's fucking a transgender. So it's like, somebody like that, you can't really take advice from, bro. You just gotta,
Okay. Blueface. I got the response for you, my buddy. So, where should we start? Well, we'll start with the obvious. Well, you say Akademiks. One day he's like this, one day he's like that. Basically, he's constantly changing his mind about things, right? Well, that's not necessarily true, even though I do reserve the right, if I've ever presented with new information, to go another way. Only an idiot stands and dies with the same stance if you've realized, maybe through new information or otherwise, that maybe you might be incorrect or there's a better path. But I know you don't believe this. Why? And you know me, and this is what I'm known for. I come with receipts. So you say one day he's like this, the next day he's like this. I see you sitting here, okay? I see you sitting here at a streaming setup, right? But I remember not too long ago, this was you.
And then after a while, it's gonna be like, man, the longer I'm on here, the more lame shit I'm gonna indulge in. And then after a while, it's gonna be like, man, it's not, what's up with the rapper,
Blueface, when you just got out and maybe the scribble scrabble was like, it's still in your eye, you couldn't see, you were saying exactly what I was saying. You were giving a warning to other people about why, as a rapper, you shouldn't do too many streams. Did you forget? Don't tell me you got another concussion from Krishan Rock. Or maybe the new Golden Retriever may have given you a concussion. Because you're saying the same damn thing that I did. But let me refresh your memory.
The longer I'm on here, the more lame shit I'm gonna indulge in. And then after a while, it's gonna be like, man, it's not, what's up with the rapper, Yeah. They hold you up to a certain standard as a rapper, and you gotta hold yourself to that, Of course I could jump on here and make tons of money, but it's for example, this is kind of like popcorn-ish, Put it in the microwave. Content probably lasts a day or two, rather than if you go do a TV show or a production.
Now, I'll tell you what changed, chat. I'll tell you what changed. Blueface. DDG showed Blueface how much he was making. And Blueface know he ain't getting a royalty check in a long time. Blueface changed his mind and started streaming. There's nothing wrong that he did that. By the way, I told you, Blueface's main thing is not selling music. Blueface's main thing is selling attention. He does it on reality shows. He did it with boxing. Is he a boxer? No, he's selling a fight. You garner attention, you get people to watch a fight. He's not selling music. That's not one of his, that's not the main thing he's doing. Gunna is selling music. It would be the dumbest thing Gunna could do in history to start a Twitch channel. And by the way, again, I wasn't even speaking about people having their own channels, because that's dope. Everybody should have a channel. It's, if Gunna went on Aiden Ross's stream, it would be the dumbest thing he could ever do. Dumb.
It's more like better, Same content created, but it's just It's a different lane. It's like you gotta be mindful of how people are looking at you. You get me? And it's easy to get distracted with this, brother. I'm telling you, I done been on live and myself doing lame shit. You get me? Not saying y'all to do it. Everybody do it. You have to do it in order to see the max benefit, brother. I done been on live too long, and I'm like, damn. I'm just kind of like, now I'm kind of like y'all bitch at this point. I'm like a clown to y'all. Like whatever y'all say. Come on, Chad. What y'all want to see? I want to see me fall on my fucking face. If you're an aspiring artist, do not listen to nothing Akademiks says, bro. Don't take his advice. Don't, because Akademiks is like, you feel me?
Yo, chat, sometimes the best response to these guys is using their own words against them.
1,000 gifted, I'll fall on my fucking face right now.
1,000 gifted, I'm falling on my face.
I'm falling on my
Come on, gang.
I feel it though. I know. I get what you're saying.
As an artist, you can't do that, brother. You're gonna lose your stock.
Oh, maybe you're speaking about what I'm speaking about. The stock you're speaking about is the image. The stock you're speaking about is the facade. The stock you're speaking about is sometimes referred to as aura. So, Blue, maybe you got hit by the 101 Dalmatian, but you were saying the exact same thing that I said. You just don't like it because after you realized there was no royalty checks going to come through and no money from music, you went against what you said. And you're on a Twitch stream. There's nothing wrong with you being on Twitch stream. You should be. But you just need to accept. And I thought you did accept it. Bro, your music is not your main thing. Nigga, you sell, like, nigga, at this point, didn't you have an OnlyFans? Like, he has OnlyFans. He has OnlyFans. He's on a reality show. Like, I'm pretty sure he, like, sells other products. Like, he boxes. Like, yeah, bro, you meddle and peddle in using attention, exploiting the attention, and getting currency. Nothing wrong with it. But as far as music-wise, yeah, it's not your main thing.
Yeah, being an artist and like trying to do this is kind of hard. Like,
You can't
W with.
Okay, so clearly he's changed his mind. Now, for the other part of what you said, brother, I want to address that too.
If you're an aspiring artist, do not listen to nothing Akademiks says, bro. Don't take his advice. Don't, because Akademiks.
Now, if you're an aspiring artist, according to Blueface, don't take the advice of Akademiks. Well, I'm glad that Blueface said that. Because he's one that never took my advice. But I want to catalog and I'll chronologically mention a few things of how I gave him advice this way and he went that way because, of course, you heard him. Don't take my advice. And let's just see how it yielded in each situation. Okay? Let's just go down the list, right? First and foremost, the obvious. The Krishan Rock situation, which he was upset that I commented on. Right? When she was hitting him over the head with a Henny bottle and I was saying this is unbecoming of a rapper who talks like this. He went the other way. Now he's stuck with Krishan Rock permanently in his life and Charles Barkley Jr. I told him slow down on the drugs. Maybe that could be a thing. They drank Henny 9 months into the pregnancy. Charles Barkley Jr. I don't know. Maybe he was right. I was wrong. Don't listen to me. Keep drinking. Keep turning up with your baby moms. In one of the Zeus clips that she's supposedly drinking while she's pregnant, you're with her. So you didn't take nobody's advice. You actually went on Vlad to say you don't believe that smoking weed while pregnant is a bad thing. Why? Because you sat there and was in her face for 9 months while she smoked weed, hotboxing Charles Barkley Jr. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's one of the things I say, you know what, Blue, you got it. Touche. I think, depending on whose advice you should listen to, your advice worked. Well, I then told you, I said, listen, man, and this is not talking down on, because we all go through issues with women. I like to say that because, I hate when people act like they've never had women issues, because I have to. But I said, calm it down, bro. This woman, she's going to have you crash out over her. You're having this toxic thing, and I know y'all are monetizing in a way that might seem profitable, but you're creating a monster. I said this, and it was upset at me for saying this. You are sacrificing your career to build hers. He didn't like that. I want to see which advice went well. Blueface never had another Billboard hit after that. It's the last time he's been on the charts, okay? Hasn't been on the charts since, okay? He subsequently went to jail after he gets put on house arrest, but his girl rage baits him to say, you're going to listen to the judge and you pussy and whatever. So he leaves, goes to Vegas, shoots a nigga in the hand, violates the conditions of his release, gets sent to jail for 18 months. Comes out with scribble scrabble on his face. Look, according to what I've read on social media, they said that there's some ancient markings on his face that could actually reroute to figure out who created the Egyptian pyramids. Y'all just got to go through all the W's and the Y's and the YSLs and the schoolyard crypt markings on it. You could find out who did it. But that's another thing in terms of listening to people. I think you went with your advice rather than the advice I gave you. I think that was good. It only yielded jail and some markings. Okay. Let's continue with your career. I gave the advice, hey, Blueface, I think you should probably find out what's going on with your contract. When asked about your contract early on as a young artist, you say, I don't know. Whack 100 knows the details of my contract. I gave a advice. Buddy, you're the artist. If he's your manager, he works for you. Probably should know your own deal. Nope. It's another thing. Blueface didn't take my advice. And I think it turned out good for him. Blueface, little royalties are now being seized by his op, Soulja Boy and his girlfriend. So Blueface himself started boxing, started doing reality shows and everything during supposedly, which was close to his prime, because money from music was non-existent. Look at everybody else who owned their masters, who got all the leverage, who signed the right deals. You don't see them running to boxing rings, trying to monetize a relationship, getting hit over the head with a Henny bottle. No. But of course, listen to Blueface. I always tell you this. Anytime you see a rapper get run out of music, a lot of times, their deal fucked up. There's no money that's left. You know why? When the label give you all the money and they're saying, hey, listen, give us the album now. Or you might give them the album and they either turn it down, or they're like, oh, well, right now, based on the time, we could keep you for a year and a half before we release another advance to you. You're going to sit a year and a half. You know, rappers blow through money quick. You think a rapper's going to sit there for a year and a half waiting for the next check? So shit gets dry quick. But anyway, that's another thing. Blueface didn't listen to me, and I think turned out good. Turned out good for him. Didn't own a lot of his masters, and we get to find out the little masters he did have that may generate some royalties. It's now being seized. Oh, here's another one. Blueface gets sued. Actually, let me bring that back. Do y'all remember the episode when Blueface started talking shit to me like a couple years ago, and I said, Blueface, and I looked up his house and I said, Blueface, your house is about to be foreclosed on. I'm going to buy it. Y'all don't remember that? I said, I'm going to buy it. I sent someone to an auction. By the way, Wack probably admitted to me, he said, Ack, we didn't even know this shit was up for foreclosure. Tells you everything you need to know about the business. was about to buy. Did that give Blueface maybe some, that was the advice to say, maybe you should handle your business that you don't lose your house, maybe to somebody you don't like? Nevertheless, look up on TMZ. Blueface lists his house. Sounds like all the advice I gave him and all the advice he didn't take turned out good for him. But I got even one better. Blueface and Wack, when I guess they were running a play, Blueface hinted when asked about why are you and Ak going back and forth? You know what Blueface said? Ak is only mad. Ak is only mad because I fucked this bitch. I gave him some more advice. Blueface, you might not want to lie on your pee-pee. Don't lie on your penis. That's first of all, that's not manly. But lying, period, could have repercussions. How did that advice turn out for him? Blueface lies about fucking Soulja Boy's baby mama around the time she got pregnant, and a judge orders him to pay this amount. It looks like my advice fell on deaf ears, and every single time it could have helped you. So I want you to tell me the advice I've given that didn't turn out good versus the advice you've given that turned out good. I told you, when you try to lie on your pee-pee about my ex, I said, bro, you shouldn't do that. That's unbecoming of a man. And also when you are a celebrity claiming that you fucked some random chick who's not popular, there could be recourse to this if you're lying. Now, granted, supposedly the story is Blueface did fuck Soulja Boy's baby moms, just not at the time he lied that he did. He lied that he fucked her around the time of the conception of the child and that he could be the baby father. The lie detector determined that was a fucking lie. The judge determined that was defamation and ordered him to pay $123,000. This was years ago, and now it's ballooned up to $160,000 or so. Blue, got no problem with you, but I like to be factual here. You're probably the last person who could give the advice to anyone to not listen to me. After all the advice I gave to you during your career, I'm pretty much about 10 of 10. In everything I've said, it would have probably went the other way. You definitely didn't listen, and it went the other way. You went to jail. You got scribble scrabble on your face. You got Charles Barkley Jr. because y'all wouldn't stop smoking weed and drinking alcohol during the 9 months of the pregnancy. I told you about your house. Maybe you should want to pay it off. You were beefing with a nigga who owned all his shit with all his cars paid off, and your shit was in, you were making minimum payments and forgetting them because you was high off that weed and off that hand dog with the one-tooth bandit. And then basically, you're now selling the house. You start lying on your penis. I told you that's not a good thing. Then you lied again, and you have to pay almost $200,000. You see all the advice I gave you. You should damn near call me daddy. Because I told you like a good son, if you do these things, life will be good. You say, fuck it, dad. I'm going to do it my way. And I said, go ahead. You know what they say? A hard head makes a soft ass. Pause. If you know that term or that phrase, you know it. It is what it is. You're out of jail, not planning an album. You're planning a reality show. You're out of jail, not planning a tour. You're now streaming. And there's nothing wrong with streaming, because I stream. But what I told you back then about keeping that mystique for your rap career, The rap career, I believe everybody could say, yeah, that shit's clipped. Yeah, that shit's clipped. And that's okay too. All right? So Blueface, yeah, no problem with you. But by the way, a hit dog gonna holler. My comments weren't even meant for you. It was not meant for you. I thought you gave up your rap career a long time ago. You're supposed to do these things, I'm saying. You're supposed to stream. You're supposed to stream. You're supposed to do a reality show. Your job now is to court attention at all costs. This is why I understand when I see you tweet at the Atlanta guys saying, "Nah, on schoolyard creep, yo, I'm gonna live and die with my gang." When you give your opinion on that, yeah, because you've given up on music. You're a commentator, just like me at this point. When you basically then give unsolicited advice to Kai Cenat about him potentially going through a heartbreak, when again, we've all been through shit with women, but you weren't listening either when niggas was telling you, yo, shorty is hitting you in the head with a bottle. You should probably, it's okay. So you're doing the right thing, but this comment wasn't meant for you. I was talking to musicians who are selling primarily the product of music. Blueface, currently the product that you're selling is not music. You're selling attention. So you should get the OnlyFans page. You should have a Twitch stream. You should have a gambling deal if you could get one. You should have everything. You should get back in the ring and box. You should do whatever because you're a fucking entertaining guy. Blueface, you are 6ix9ine at this point. I was just talking to 6ix9ine just now. You know what a test is going to be? I think he's about to drop a song, the song he did on Aiden's show. We're going to listen to it. I like it, actually, but this is going to be a good way to tell. 6ix9ine right now, he's an entertainer to me. Not as much a musician. He's an entertainer. I call a spade a spade. 6ix9ine, I believe he's a top entertainer. He would get the most views if it was an interview, a podcast, or him talking some shit. If he dropped a song, would it get the same views? I don't know. This will be a test for him to see if he could cross people back over that bridge. Okay? So, I'm not a hypocrite. I think Blueface should be doing what he's doing. He's a streamer. Or he should be streaming. 6ix9ine's doing what he should be doing. Streaming. Right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, these guys aren't selling music anymore like that. You know what I mean? They have catalogs. Like, 6ix9ine sells old music, but newer music, they don't even try to put out music as much. Like, these guys put out 1-2 songs maybe like every 6 months. They usually just on Instagram live beefing or, talking shit on somebody's podcast, and it's cool too. But that there you could get hot on social media, and then you could sell that attention for promos or whatever the case is. All right. So that's the thing with Blueface. And by the way, no, I'm not upset at Blueface, but I wanted to give him a proper response as he, he felt I was talking to him, which I wasn't. But I think I have a good track record on giving advice, Blueface, especially to you. You just never followed any of it. So let's get on to the next guy. The next guy is Soulja Boy Tell Him. And he had a few words, and I wasn't talking to him either. I didn't know he was streaming. I usually think Soulja Boy is just smoking weed, and then he just randomly gets on Instagram Live and just does whatever. So when I made my comments, I never thought that he would be offended. Like, he was one of the last people I think would be offended. Nevertheless, he was. Let's check this out.
Akademiks, you need to fix your tweets. Nigga talking about all the rappers is lame because they streaming and all that. Well, shut the
Never said that.
fuck up with your fat Uber Eats, McDonald's eating ass, 50 Krabby Patties stuffing down your stomach. Bitch, you lame. Nigga, ain't no fucking body lame. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Niggas can stream if they want to, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Fat piece of shit.
Is it the crack Soulja? Is it the... You know what I realized when it comes to the fourth quarter? Crackhead Soulja comes out to play. I don't know if it's the bills he owed. Maybe it's the $4 million he owes. I don't know what it is. But Crackhead Soulja just come out to play. Now, Blue. No, not Blue. I mean, Soulja. But it's damn near one and the same at this point. I feel you got some misdirected hate, my brother. I didn't fuck your baby moms. Blueface did. Okay? Blueface fucked your baby mama. You seem very perturbed, and you've been beefing with everybody but the chick who gave up the pussy to Blueface. I don't care when she gave it up, but she supposedly gave it up. Okay? The reality is this, man. You mad at Rich the Kid because he laughing at the jokes. You mad at DDG because he around Blueface. Now you mad at me when I'm not even talking to you. You need to answer the quintessential question. Did that man punch dick in your baby mama's stomach? Are you broke and can't afford to pay your child support and need a nigga to pay for it? That's y'all beef, and I'm highly entertained watching it. Okay? But I will tell you this. A crackhead can't tell me nothing about appearance. You've been looking emaciated for a goddamn 20 years. Like, we all remember the worn out headband that you on the generational run, even though that was the generational run, I can't lie. That you were rocking. Come on, let's not do laughing at people about appearance. Let's not do that. Okay? We can stay on topic. Also, when we talking about appearance, you shouldn't be talking. When we seen them pictures of them chiclets that was in your mouth, we know your real teeth. We know your real teeth, okay? We know the real you. So, you see, y'all little industry guys that got these rotten teeth and y'all spend all this money to have a fake appearance that you could try to talk shit to somebody like me, it falls on deaf ears. Okay? The crackhead looking guy can't really talk to me. I'm sorry. All right? Not about appearance. I'm sorry. Let's cut that out. All right? But I get it. You know, it's always like, fat jokes always good. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't like the way you been tweeting, nigga. You need to put Soulja Boy. Put my name in there. Don't come. No one said to me, oh, everybody lame except for Cardi and why.
Soulja, you are not selling music. Soulja, the last thing I remember you selling is a Soulja console. Do I dare look those up? The Soulja console. The shit that you took off Alibaba Express. Just like, this was like a cheap Photoshop job. Like, come on. We've never seen anybody outside of you with a prototype with a clear sticky on it acting like this was a thing. You hit a finesse here. The Soulja game. Now, I'm telling y'all a hit dog is going to holler. But we have to be honest. Soulja Boy is one of the most prolific liars of all time. Do y'all remember when he said that he had signed some huge, ridiculous deal with, what company was it? It was some company. It was like, yo, it's like a gaming company.
Signed me to a deal to Atari. Big shout out to Atari, the whole staff. I'm about to revamp the company. We're going to take Atari to the next level. Everybody go follow at Atari.
This was like the equivalent of Dame Dash saying that he was running Revolt. He said he was the owner of Atari. Atari came out and said, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? Okay?
Earlier this week,
I'm finna get $140 million from Soulja Boy game, so Atari reached out and I just signed it.
CEO was Wade Rawson, and this was the verified Atari. Soulja Boy eventually noticed that after doing a deal with Atari, the contract that he was sent was actually for 1 million Atari tokens, which roughly translates to 50,000 USD. You can look at some of these numbers and what the Atari tokens are going for. If you're wondering what Atari tokens are, it's just Atari's cryptocurrency, which means
they basically gave my man some V-Bucks, gave him some VC on 2K, and the nigga claimed he owned the company. Soulja, respectfully, we fuck with you, we like you, but we know why you're upset. I never fucked your baby mama. That was Blueface. Keep your beef with him.
I be because they streamers now. Akademiks, you fat hot dog eating bitch. If you don't shut the fuck up and stop tweeting reckless, nigga.
How did he think this was about him?
Fuck is you talking about? All the rappers lame. Nigga, ain't nobody lame but your fat ass and them 50 Krabby Patties you keep getting from Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob. Fuck is wrong with your stupid ass, nigga? Niggas smack the shit out your fat ass.
We've yet to figure out who Soulja Boy has slapped. Soulja Boy is like the guy who is telling us he'll slap this, slap that, slap this, slap that. I'll pay $5,000 if you could provide me one person Soulja Boy has ever slapped. Now, I know he shot somebody, allegedly. Slapping.
Talking about some Cardi and YB. Bitch, you the lame nigga. Don't forget you got banned on Twitch. We ain't gonna talk about that, Akademiks. But watch your fucking mouth.
Well, we're not going to talk about your $4 million case either.
A fat piece of shit, you 20. Akademiks, you need to fix your
Okay.
chicken nugget eating motherfucker, punch you in your stomach and pork chops falling out your ass, nigga. Nigga punch you in your chest, nigga, you gonna cough up a chicken nugget. Boy, you better sit your fat ass down somewhere tweeting all that bullshit, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? How the fuck you gonna call all the rappers lame? You know how many rappers?
Now, I didn't call all the rappers lame. I said, and again, this is where I didn't know. So the Soulja streams, I'm making very abundantly clear again. Number one, it's not talking to Soulja because Soulja he's not, his primary thing right now is not selling music. But number two, if you look at what I'm saying, it's not every rapper who's been on a live stream. I said streaming has reduced the aura. I've seen rappers who are cool and they'll go on a stream and they're like, not as cool. Like you kind of like look at it, like I'll use Lil Baby for example. Like, I feel like Lil Baby's appearance on Kai's stream, I don't think it did him any favors, honestly. Just my personality, or just my personal view. Now, there's a few rappers I think did well in maybe not... It's a lose... This is why I say it's a lose-lose. Like, I think Offset did a dope-ass stream with Kai, right? It was good content, but did it help Offset in terms of music? No. So basically, you're taking a lot of risk by having to expose your personality on a long, usually a long term content thing, or like, you know, long form content, I mean, and you don't have much to gain. You only have a lot to lose. If you come across a little bit smug, they're going to call you uppity. If you come across a little bit too normal and too like friendly, they might call you lame, right? There's no win there. Like even Playboy Cardi. I think Playboy Cardi, who went on Aiden's stream, I think that might have been early 2024. When he went on that stream, I think it's a reason why he wanted to get off of there in 12 minutes. And even that 12 minutes, I think he looked at it as, all right, I get $2 million in exchange for 12 minutes. 12 minutes of de-orization, I get a lot of money for. So even I'm saying that it's a reason why I think Cardi doesn't do other people's streams. I think it's a reason why, Aiden offered YoungBoy $1 million for a stream. Why do you think he didn't do it? Because these artists are very cognizant of the perception of them and what maybe them being overexposed on a live stream might do.
It is, bitch. How we lame because we want to get some Twitch money? Shut the fuck up, nigga. I was the first rapper on Twitch, cause I feel like you calling me lame.
Oh, man.
Don't get on no motherfucking Twitter talking about all rappers lame because they streamers. You the only lame nigga here, Akademiks. Shut the fuck up. Stupid ass tweeting ass, nigga. Go eat some fucking pork chops, nigga. Get some smothered bologna. Nigga, stop tweeting so fucking much, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you? You hungry or something, nigga? You stupid bitch. Nigga talking about all rappers lame because they streaming now. Shut the fuck up, nigga. You started the streaming shit, you fat bitch.
Okay, at least he gave me the credit. I started. Soulja, nobody ain't talking to you, man. That comment wasn't for you. But regardless, man, I'm not arguing with a crackhead. That's number one, right? And also, number two, you need to go handle the nigga who done fucked your baby mama, because that's the reason why you've been going off recently, because no one was really like trying to hear anything you were saying recently until Blueface came out of jail and had the same energy of, I fucked your baby mama. The same thing that he idiotically lost some money for. Now he's just not saying that he might be fathering your child. He's at least keeping it 100. He fucked her sometime in the past. Anyway. All right. Feel like we've stretched that topic as much. Did I do an hour on that? Okay, that's good. All right, then. All righty, then, people. Anybody else I got to respond to? He says smother baloney. Yo, I'll laugh at a good fat joke, man. I can't even lie, you know? Okay. Somebody said, "Now he got you with that baloney one." Yeah, it's a good fucking, Soulja Boy is funny with that. I just think that Soulja Boy don't really got much for Blueface. I don't think he do. But I guess he has a good angle because now he's gonna say, "Oh, I'll get into their beef." He has a good angle to say, "Well, I won the war." Because the initial battle, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like Blueface kind of roasted him, and then Blueface almost kind of like punked him out when it was like, let's meet up here. And I think, at that time, we had Soulja Boy was trying to say, man, you just trying to get me sent back to jail. And of course, Blueface is on some, man, on schoolyard crib, man, I was just trying to catch a fade. And of course, as time would tell, Blueface goes to jail, and I think Soulja Boy looks a little bit better saying, yeah, I knew I was smart. I wasn't scared, I was smart. I didn't want to go to jail. So you went to jail, you're dumb, whatever. And then now Blueface gets out and Blueface has to pay, or, because he owes his money from this lawsuit. You get Soulja Boy basically saying, yeah, nigga, I won the war. Not only you went to jail, you also have to pay my baby mama for quote unquote lying, right? Anyway, I'll get into their response to each other. Here we go. Blueface responds to Soulja Boy. Let's go. He did a response today.
He started going crazy on the internet, and then, feel me? That's what I compare Soulja to one of my old car I got. I just want to crank up for people sometimes just to get views, We know what he gonna do. He gonna get on the phone and start yelling and shit. Let's see his reaction. I want the full reaction. Y'all think it's this one?
Okay, all right. So he's reacting to Soulja. Let's go.
Her sucking toes after me.
In my hand, bro. Krishan, be no toes. Krishan, be no toes.
Let me elaborate on this toe sucking thing. Chat, she sucked my toes first. I showed her what to do. You feel me? I groomed her for the next.
Nah, Blue, I gotta be honest, this is cope. And I'm gonna tell you why this is cope, Blue. Because, I understand you saying, well, this was after me. And that's a valid point. However, when you were with her, when she was pregnant, you said she fucked 10 niggas. This is what you tweeted. You said she been with 10 other men. Blueface says Krishan been with 10 other men this year. And you said the baby could belong to any of them. That's what you said. Here, let's see if we can find it. I don't know if we can find it, but he basically had tweeted out, yo, this chick been with 10 other dudes. Look, Rock has had 10 other men in the last year. Until I see a DNA test, it's not mine. So you kind of got to stand a little bit accountable for her actions when it's not like you didn't know and she was just cheating on you. Like, you stayed with her and had a baby with her after you knew that she was a promiscuous, nasty woman. Respectfully. So when later on people use that against you because you didn't just fuck her and dump her, right? Like, you had a child with her. Yeah, you got to kind of own that, brother. You got to own that. Like, you knew who she was. You were saying it to us publicly. Then you had a child with her. If you never had a child with her, it'd be like, yo, who cares? He's not with her no more. but you had Charles Barkley Jr. with her.
Akademiks is like, you feel me? 1 year he gonna be saying this, next year he gonna be saying
No, my bad.
this nigga. Now that's what she do, you feel me? Like, I don't know why people think that's supposed to upset me that after she sucked my toes, she wouldn't suck somebody else's toes. No. What the fuck are y'all talking about? The nigga she sucked after, that's on him. He the one kissing her and licking her and fucking her, and I already got the toe jammer. You feel me? So her sucking toes after me, I showed her that. What the fuck? I'm supposed to be mad because she doing what I showed her for somebody else? No, nigga, that's what happens, man. We train them. Feel me? For the next one. Keep it P. You train your bitch for the next. You feel me?
In front of the whole.
And then Soulja, why do you keep saying what somebody else did? What did you do, Soulja? I fucked your baby mama.
Oh,
That's like us exchanging war stories and you telling me your homie war story like, yeah, I was in the back seat and he got out and I saw him do it. And I'm telling you my war story about how I got out and really did it. You feel me? Like, this is what he's doing. Soulja, I fucked your baby mama. Who did you fuck of mine? You keep talking about other niggas. Like, who are these niggas? These niggas aren't even niggas. So, what are you gonna do, Soulja? When are you gonna get back? When are you gonna get back, Soulja?
Whole world. There's nothing else to talk about. Give me my money. Next time I go watch your.
Then you gonna take your baby mama money, Soulja? I thought you was some big Draco.
now here's the thing. This goes into that 50 Cent versus Rick Ross thing. You know, Rick Ross was always funny, but like 50 was mad petty. I remember 50 like bought the sex tape of one of Rick Ross' baby mama and narrated it was Lastonia Leviston. And he took Tia shopping. So he was fucking with Rick Ross all around Rick Ross's orbit, his family. Like he was rubbing Rick Ross Jr. in his head. You know what I mean? Like, and that was Rick Ross's op. And the only time, you know, I know Ross was happy when his baby mama filed a lawsuit against 50 and won. It was like $7 million. And yeah, shit. Some people consider that as that's them winning the war.
So you gonna just take your baby mama money? You know what? Now I'm finna appeal this shit. Y'all ain't getting nothing.
Oh shit.
Dead on me. So I'm finna call the lawyer. He gonna go in there. Cause they only won because I couldn't go to court, chat. I couldn't go to court because I was in prison. So now since Soulja, you need the money. It was for your baby, nigga. It was for Soulja baby. The money I don't know where the fuck she was gonna get it from, chat. But however she was gonna get it, chat, it was for Soulja baby, not Soulja man. Old ass nigga. Now y'all ain't getting nothing. Now I'm about to appeal it. We're gonna drag it out for 2 more years, and you're not gonna get anything. We're gonna settle for $20 in a piece of bubble gum, Soulja. Cause now I know your intentions. You wanna take Soulja baby money?
Nah, that could work. Here's the thing though. Blue, you're probably gonna have to pay around the same money in legal fees for the next 6 years. Right? So it's like, shit, you might want to do that for principal. Be like, yeah, I'd rather give it to the lawyer. But yeah, it's still gonna cost a pretty penny.
That's crazy.
It's 2:58 in the morning. I'm waking up off this shit.
That's crazy.
I don't be worried about it because I be in the house out the highest count millions of dollars. This the type of shit I gotta wake up to. Yo,
Then look at this nigga hairline.
Tone, nothing you can say to me. My shit is facts. Your shit is cap. That's why you gotta pay me. Tone, gang. What the else? What are we talking about? What is we talking about, gang? Feet. Leave me alone.
So if we score in this like battle, Blueface has him on physical shit. Like if Blueface, I think Blueface trump card is, all right, fuck all that shit, nigga. Like, yo, you a gang member, I'm a gang member. Let's fight, nigga. What's up? Like, let's put it on our hoods, nigga. I show up to your hood, I box you. Like, Blue could always get him on that. Like, it's the first time I've seen Soulja seem a little rattled. And if I'm Blue, I'm doubling down on that. Here's the thing. I think Soulja got Blue on the girl. Actually, no, because Blue supposedly fucked his baby moms. But then the counter is, well, yeah, you fucked her, but you now have to pay because you lied about when you fucked her. Ah. Wow.
Man, write my check, Soulja Boy.
Soulja. Making yourself look bad, man. Making yourself look bad. So you telling me you forced your baby mama to go do to go to court, gang, so you could get the money? Oh, I know it's bad for you out there, man. Soulja must be doing really bad if he gotta. Oh man. See, doing too much talking, Soulja. You showing us your hand, man. So you need the money. Dude, homies, you not getting nothing, nigga.
Oh,
I
shit.
thought it was for Soulja Baby. It's not for Soulja Baby. Y'all not getting nothing. I support the kids. I ain't supporting a 40-year-old man with a fucked up lineup. Now we gonna appeal this shit and we gonna take it to court for 6 years and he's not gonna get nothing. We gonna settle for $2 and a piece of fucking bubble gum.
Now, him saying this is gonna work against him because when they go to the judge and they say, Judge, we have this order or this ruling that we won, this guy say he's not gonna pay us. He's gonna just stall us out for 6 years. Could we get ownership of some of his assets? The judge is more inclined to say yes, right? Because the judge is gonna be like, well, you're online saying you're gonna defy a court order to pay and you're not gonna pay him. Fuck it.
130,000 or give it to my baby mama. However you want to do it, just run the money, gang. Cause all this internet shit you got going on, I'm smacking the fuck out y'all little Rich the bitch, garbage, and blue bitch.
Man, who is Soulja gonna slap, man? Who the fuck Soulja gonna slap? Let me know. Soulja gonna slap me? Oh, the dead hoes. That'll be his last motherfucking slap. School crib. That'll be his last He ain't.
So, NBA Youngboy has 12 kids and he has 2 more on the way. I ain't gonna lie, gang. YB, he's making his own team. You feel me? 12 kids, probably like 10 BMs, 11 BMs. Like, that's what he's supposed to do. Like, Malu Trevejo said that she was pregnant at one point. Another girl said that she was pregnant. Like, YB is disciplining a baby and all these women, bro. And I will never forget the interview. He said that he doesn't really care about being a father. He just likes to, you feel me? Yeah. But let me know how you guys feel about all of this. Do you think NBA Youngboy will pass 20 kids by the end of 2025? Or will he do it in 2026? Because we know he's about to have like 4 or 5 kids a year minimum. So we will see.